Oh no, what's this? I want to make it brighter in here. Is this it? Yeah, I think that's the thing that makes the stream brighter because it's really dark in here. So I hope that helps a little bit. Happy New Year to you all. I don't know if this is a mistake that I'm streaming today because I hope it will just be a troll-free stream because I just can't deal with trolls in this season right now that I'm in. Hey Sam, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Appreciate it. How was your New Year? Did you do anything? I'm glad I'm back. It feels really weird to be back, to be honest. But at the same time, kind of normal, I guess. Prost, Neujahr. Danke, Thomas. Liebe Grüße nach Deutschland. Ich bin gerade zurück aus Deutschland, bin wieder in den USA. Habt ihr noch meinen Rucksack hinter mir? Ignoriert bitte das Chaos. Please ignore the mess in the bag. Yes, I'm back since almost a day. Or for a day almost. And yeah, it feels weird to be back. Kind of normal, I guess, at the same time. You know, life just keeps on moving no matter what happens. Doesn't wait on anyone or take a break for anyone. Just had to go back to work. Germany is snowing. It was really cold. Actually, when I left Germany, I was on the train and I saw the snow falling. So I just missed it by a little bit. There was a little bit of snow just like in the morning, you know, when it was really cold overnight. It was freezing temperatures. So I saw a little bit of snow, but nothing crazy, unfortunately. But now it's apparently really snowy in Germany. I don't know, but is that a filter or something? Oh no, that's just a thing to make it brighter. I feel like it looks so bright here on the screen. But yeah, I hope you all have a happy new year. It feels good to be back in America, but I already miss Germany. And my family. Feels weird to, yeah, think back about Germany now and knowing that now I only have my sister there left. So a very small family, I guess, at this point, but family is family no matter how small, right? So yeah, Prost to you all. Na zdrowie. And whoever else is in the chat right now or in the whoever else is watching, I don't know where you all are from. Yeah, I'm gonna cook some food now. I've been pretty lazy when I got back, or since I got back. I didn't even feel like doing anything. Danke, Thomas. Prost zurück. Mit Wasser anstoßen geht hoffentlich auch. Das ist momentan alles, was ich trinke. Obwohl, ich hatte einen Glühwein, als ich in Deutschland war. I drank one mulled wine. In Germany, we like to drink mulled wine on Christmas markets, or there's like a New Year's market kind of thing. So I drank one thing of white mulled wine. I kind of like the white one better because it's a little bit sweeter and less strong or less intense. Do you all like mulled wine? Thomas, trinkst du Glühwein? Und wenn ja, trinkst du weißen oder roten Glühwein? What did we do on New Year's Eve? I was just with my sister and a friend and the hubs, and we made cheese fondue. I don't know if that is a thing in Russia. It's just a big pot of molten cheese. Hey Abdal, Happy New Year to you. So it's a big pot of molten cheese, and you add usually white wine to add on, and some like cherry liquor, like a schnapps, to keep it more liquid and keep it from sticking together too much. and for the flavor, I guess, and a little bit of a buzz, I assume. But that was really good. But we had a vegan one, so it was like a vegan cheese fondue, so not actual cheese. I never had that before, but it was really good. It almost tasted like the real deal, honestly. I can really recommend it. Hi, Mobin. Roten, aber nicht Wein, sondern Traubensaft. Lecker. Traubensaft finde ich leckerer als Wein. Ich habe auch lieber Traubensaft. Am liebsten mag ich Kinderpunsch. Das ist mein Lieblingsweihnachtsgetränk. Hat mein Papa immer ganz lecker gemacht. How about you, Sam, and everyone? How was your New Year's? Thomas, was hast du gemacht an Neujahr? Was hast du gegessen? Bei uns gab es Käsefondue. Veganes Käsefondue. Klingt jetzt nicht so verlockend, aber war tatsächlich sehr lecker. Ich liebe ja veganes Essen. Oft habe ich mit Käse so ein bisschen meine Probleme, weil die Käse sind sehr schwer die sind sehr oft nicht sehr lecker, sagen wir mal so. Vegan cheese is usually not always very tasty. But the one vegan cheese fondue I had in Germany with my sister and our friends was delicious. Maybe I'll figure out which one it was in case anyone's interested. But that one tasted like the real deal, honestly. So yeah, in Germany during New Year's it's very normal, especially down there where I live, close to Switzerland. We eat a lot of cheese. And during New Year's and Christmas, we like to eat a lot of cheese dishes just because it's very warm and comforting and just easy to make. And you can sit around a table with everyone and just dip your bread inside the cheese or whatever you want to use. You can use cauliflower or usually just make some crunchy bread in the oven, some baguette, and that's always really good. Sauerkraut und Kartoffelbrei. Lecker. Ich mache heute auch nicht Sauerkraut, aber wir machen heute Rotkraut. I've been really craving Rotkraut, some really authentic German food. So, you know, after my dad's passing, I'm trying to, since he was a chef, I'm trying to honor him by remaking all the food he always cooked for us and just remembering him this way. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot more cooking related videos coming up soon, just for myself and also, you know, like I said, to remember my dad, to honor my dad, to show y'all the recipes he taught me and the things that I grew up on. Ich sag's nochmal in Deutsch. In Zukunft werde ich wahrscheinlich ein bisschen mehr Kochstreams oder Kochvideos reinstellen, um meinen Papa zu ehren, der Koch war, und euch die Rezepte zu zeigen, die er mir gezeigt hat oder mit denen ich aufgewachsen bin, und so ein bisschen mehr Kochen zu integrieren, obwohl es ja sehr viel um Kochen geht, aber nicht genug, meiner Meinung nach. So yeah, there will be more cooking in the future. Really miss the streams. Good to have you back here. Thank you, Abdal. Thanks for saying that. I missed y'all too. I really miss talking to everyone. Even though I'm not fully, obviously not fully there yet. Still going through the whole grieving process and, not feeling myself fully yet. So it will take a while, but I still just want to say hi and wish you all a Happy New Year. And since I'm cooking anyways, I was like, why not? And if I don't feel like it, I'll just hop off earlier, I feel like my mood is just not there yet. But sometimes it's nice to just get a little distraction, from being alone with your thoughts. We were planning barbecue, but the snow spilled up. Oh, nice, snow. But barbecue and snow, yeah, that doesn't mix very well, I understand. So I hope you will have your barbecue soon. Danke, Thomas. Freut mich, dass es dir gefällt und du dich auch freust. So, as we Germans like to say, we usually do the knee slap with it. So let me do it correctly. So, let's go. I'm gonna wash this big thing real quick. Oh, New Year's resolution, sorry. I forgot. I read it this time, but I didn't, my head, my messy brain sometimes, jumping from one point to the other. New Year's resolution, Maybe cook more. That's definitely one. Not eating out much, cooking more, going back to the gym. I know I've been saying that forever, but it's definitely one of the top priorities, just getting back into fitness and just feeling better and healthier. So that's one. I guess that's the one everyone has, right? Everyone has that resolution to feel better and do sports. Ja, macht ja nichts, Priester John. Ist halt so, wird mir wahrscheinlich auch. Ach, in 2025, ja, das wird sich wahrscheinlich auch nicht ändern in 2040 oder 50. Sehr wahrscheinlich nicht. Aber ja, wie gesagt, macht nichts. Man sollte sich für seinen Akzent niemals schämen. Und jetzt schnippeln wir mal ein bisschen Rotkraut. I'm gonna cut up some red cabbage now after I wash it, so I'll be back. I probably won't have all the ingredients that I usually use or that my dad used. Red cabbage is a very, I don't want to compare it to Indian cuisine since it is completely different. Just when it comes to spices, with red cabbage in Germany, we like to use a lot of spices. Almost kind of like a 5-spice kind of blend. So like cloves and nutmeg and Wacholderbeeren, keine Ahnung, wie das auf Englisch heißt. If anyone knows Wacholderbeeren in English, please let me know. We think juniper berries, so juniper, I think. So for red cabbage, we actually use a lot of spices in Germany. Because a lot of people think that German cuisine is very bland and we just use salt and pepper, but it's not true. We use a lot of cloves, nutmeg, like I said, juniper berries, bay leaves. So that's actually quite a lot of spices that I use, or cinnamon. I'm gonna add a lot of cinnamon into this. Not like the powder, but I'm gonna use cinnamon sticks and cloves. Let me see if I have some. I should. Yeah, so cinnamon bark, like this. That's what I'm gonna use to make it more festive, I guess. Where's my cloves? I wish I had some. We'll find it eventually. My spice rag is just overflowing right now. I have to declutter that at one point because there's so much stuff that I never use. Und was habt ihr gemacht an Neujahr? An alle zu Hause in Deutschland? Wie war euer Neujahr? Habt ihr schön gefeiert? Gab es bei euch Fondue oder Raclette oder was habt ihr gemacht? Habt ihr geböllert oder nicht geböllert? Seid ihr Team Böllern oder nicht Böllern? Da ich Tiere habe, bin ich eher Team nicht Böllern, aber ich bin auch nicht sauer, wenn es Leute machen. Ich kann es verstehen. Tradition ist Tradition, das will man nicht aufgeben manchmal. I just asked if y'all are team, I don't know, I think it's different in America actually. So, in Germany for New Year's, everyone makes their own fireworks. So you have little fireworks everywhere. It's not just one big organized firework by the city, but just like people will do fireworks in their backyard. It's kind of like 4th of July here in America. So that is basically how New Year's is in Germany. That's how you can imagine it. Also, one important question when it comes to red cabbage. Do you say red cabbage where you're from in Germany, or you say blue cabbage? Because depends on where you're from in Germany, you can call it blue cabbage or red cabbage. Because the cool thing about cabbage is if you add acidity to it, like vinegar, you can change the color of it. So some people like to have their cabbage blue and some like to have it red. So it depends on where you're from and what you grew up with. For me, it's red. I grew up in the red cabbage. I don't make it blue, but I think it looks cool either way. And it tastes good, so I don't really care. Esst ihr Rotkraut bei euch oder Blaukraut? Oder wie nennt ihr es bei euch? An alle Deutschen. Und wenn ihr nachträglich schaut, könnt ihr mir das natürlich auch immer in die Kommentare schreiben. Ich liebe es, Kommentare zu lesen und zu hören, was andere Leute so machen oder womit sie aufgewachsen sind. Let me try this actually real quick. Hold on. Let's do a little science experiment here with our cabbage. So we'll drop a few pieces of cabbage into the water and wait until the color gets out of it. Let me add some water. I don't know if it releases the color like that or if it needs to be hot. We'll see. I'll let this stand for a little bit and hope it releases some color. Oh yeah, it's turning a little blue already. So we'll see. That's nice. Okay, it's working. I'm gonna add a little bit more to make the color a little stronger. Maybe chop some up a little finally. So in case you haven't seen it yet, I think it's actually pretty cool to show you the change of color in red cabbage. Is it? Oh, is it back on? Okay, yeah, I thought so too, that it was off. But I guess it's just very slow. Okay. Hi, Madeline. I think this is enough cabbage for now. I'm not doing like the super traditional, I mean, it's gonna be traditional, but I'm not gonna cook it for hours. Usually if I make red cabbage for a bigger crowd or like Christmas or like guests, I will cook it very long, like 3 or 4 hours, or sometimes keep it overnight so it tastes better the next day. This time I'm really just making a really fast red cabbage, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it since the sun is going down and I'm actually really hungry. So we'll make a quick red cabbage and some mashed potatoes. Cabbage is my fave, of course, Sam. You're Russian, I'm German, so cabbage is my fave too. Real us old cabbage heads. Is it essential to shower every day at -8 Celsius? You probably want me to say yes, but honestly, in winter, I don't know. Let me know. Are y'all showering every day kind of people, winter or summer? Or are you like, in winter I can skip one day? Me personally, guess you'll have to find out. No, you won't find out. That's what I want to say. Some things you won't find out. Guess you just have to take a guess what I am, what group I am. Am I taking a shower every day or every other day? Who knows? It's turning a little blue already. I want you to say no. Oh, of course. Honestly, okay, since we all know each other, Honestly, in winter, showering every day, let's save the environment and save some water resources. You know, like if you're not a heavy sweater, like I barely ever sweat at all, and if you're not working out like me, which I should, but I'm not at the moment. So if I go to gym, of course I'll shower. But if I'm just, at home or sitting at my computer, I'm not gonna shower every single day. I'll skip one day, unless I have like something like an event or like a meeting with friends or something, just for the feeling. Oh hey Shuriken, I just saw you. Sorry, I am a shower every day sort of guy, must do. Nice. Hi brother, how are you doing? I am in summer, and yeah, whenever it's warm, when I'm going to the gym or after a flight or something, of course, when it makes sense to me. If it's just a regular day and I'm really just sitting in the office or at my computer at home, probably not, but it depends on what I'm doing or what my plans are, 350, yes, exactly, Sam. So you pretty much every day, just some days I'll skip, especially like in January or maybe December. So yeah, you said that right, Sam. 15 days can be skipped, exactly. It's like a gift voucher. You just pick a day where you want to use the voucher. Thank you, Shuriken. I appreciate it. Please say thank you to M for me, please. Hi, Christopher. Cabbage is making me hungry. Not many people say that. Not many people are cabbage fans like us. Sam is a cabbage lover himself. He just told me. Prosit Neujahr. Prosit Neujahr. Happy New Year, Shuriken, Christopher, anyone that just joined. Hi, Whisker. Happy New Year to you. Ich höre Oskars Pfote. Ist er wach? Der tappt irgendwo rum. We're doing pretty well. How are you holding up? I don't know. I'm holding up. That's all I know. I don't know how well but yeah, I just realized that life just keeps on turning and everything just keeps moving forward, and it doesn't really offer you a lot of time to just sit in stillness. But in Germany, I used a lot of time for that, and I was right next to a church where I found a lot of quiet moments, and was able to just be there by myself and just sit there and quiet. So that helped a lot. And yeah, now I'm back here and life is just going its old ways. But of course, just with a broken heart and sadness, but just trying to appreciate those feelings, because they're just emotions too, not just the happy emotions or the good emotions, just they're all there for a reason. But I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I hope you had a good New Year's and Christmas. Yeah, I wish I would have been here more for y'all and would have had more time, or not time, but capacities to be here. But today I felt like tuning in again, since I just got back a day ago. And I wasn't sure if I should stream or not, because I just don't know how I'm feeling right now, but it feels good, and it's good to talk to y'all, and thank you for distracting me or for brightening my mood. Hey Wackers, kennst du eine Sängerin Cara Marleen? Cara Marleen erinnert mich gerade wie einst Lili Marleen, wie einst Lili Marleen. Ist das überhaupt das Lied, was ich meine? Ich weiß nicht, ob die Lyrics stimmen. Aber nee, du musst mir weiterhelfen, Thomas. Here I'm just making a little science experiment with my red cabbage, which kind of looks like a brain, doesn't it? Isn't it crazy how beautiful cabbage is? And all those layers are squeezed in. Kind of like a brain, isn't it? So, cabbage brain, there we go. I have a little black gremlin taking a bath against my leg right now. Cute. I love how you call her gremlin too. I love calling Oscar a gremlin. I feel like it's just a very good description for animals sometimes, isn't it? That's a beautiful cabbage. Yes, cabbage is beautiful. Beautiful thing, very healthy. Yeah, it kind of looks like a little brain structure. So maybe shouldn't think about it too much because it will start getting unappetizing at one point if I say brain one more time. Wie einst, Marlene. Vor der Kaserne, vor dem großen Tor steht eine Laterne. Und steht sie noch davor? Stimmt das? Oh Mann, ich muss mal wieder Lieder hören, deutsche Lieder. Nicht, dass ich sowas immer höre, aber meine Oma hat das immer gehört. Und das hat sich so in meinen Kopf eingebrannt. I'm gonna chop some onion real quick. Man, my lips are so chapped. I need some olive oil. Almost empty. Heck, my dad told me. Olive oil is the best for the skin. No need to buy any weird chapsticks that have mineral oils and all that crap. Just stick to the good old basics right in your kitchen. I used to do that with butter when I was little. I still do sometimes. You know, when I'm eating a butter pretzel that's overflowing with butter, never hurts to rub some of the palm of your hand or the back of your hand to keep them smooth. That's what my grandma always did. She told me when the American soldiers were in Germany, when she was little, very, very young, she would always take a sun bath on the roof of the hotel that she worked in. Yes, in Germany back then you had to work very early, no matter your age. There was a thing that was called, Thomas, I'm sorry, tut mir leid, Thomas, dass ich auf Englisch spreche, ist eigentlich gerade eine ganz interessante Geschichte von meiner Oma aus Deutschland, während die Amerikaner da waren. But I'll say it in English so people can understand. Where was I? Yeah, there was a lot of Americans where she was working and living. That's how she got to South Germany, by the way. Because my family is originally from northern Germany, and but I was born in southern Germany. And my grandma was, because of the war, she was sent away from by her family. And back then, families did that to save their children. So wherever the war was really bad, or the effects of the war were really bad, they could send the children away to places where there was less war. So she got sent to the Swiss border where I grew up. So my family settled down eventually. So she was sent to the Swiss border where it was more peaceful. And she was forced to work. So they got sent there by train. All the girls and boys back then that were evacuated from the bad areas. And the miller, the baker, the teacher, the farmers, the hotel people, they would all come to the train station and look at their new workforce, and they would see who they could make use of. Or, you know, if you were like a farmer, you would want to have someone that could like work hard. So you would have to see what you want, so to say, even though it sounds terrible, but that's how it was. And first she was picked by a farmer, even though she was very skinny and probably like very, very young. So she had to help him with the hay and harvesting hay and making hay balls and all that. And eventually she got traded by, she had to switch spots with the kid that was picked for the hotel guy. Like the hotel family picked another kid. So she switched spots with the kid because she was just physically too weak. So she ended up in a hotel. And she said that in the hotel, she would always, after her work, she would go up to the roof and put butter on her skin to tan faster. And she would lay up on the roof with butter on her skin and just soak up the sun and throw potatoes at the American soldiers walking by or blind them with mirrors. So sounds like she had a good time on her days off, at least. I don't know. It probably was a really hard time and hard job, but I'm glad she had some fun with it. My lips were trashed last night. I put some Burt's Bees on them last night and a bit more this morning, and they're back in business, but I need to try this olive oil trick now. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. Burt's Bees is a good one because it's like more natural. I just don't like the, you know, the mineral oil ones, like the Listex or whatever they're called. Not a fan of those. But I'll hurry up a little bit before the sun is down. Yeah, let's turn on the stove and heat up some butter because I'm out of olive oil and I'm out of avocado oil. So butter it is. Let's make it a little bit more decadent, right? This is fascinating. It's so important to remember and pass on anecdotes like these. Their history too. And yeah, for sure. And sad I didn't ask my dad more questions, you know, before. But I mean, you never know. And the reason why I know I have so many stories of my grandma. Maybe one day I can tell more. The reason why I know so much about that is they gave us a really cool homework. There was like a year-long homework we had to do in school. So they gave us a little notebook and they asked us to fill the whole notebook by the end of the year with stories from our grandparents or just one grandparent. So I picked my grandma since she was the only one I still had. So I didn't pick her, I guess. She was just the one that was left, but she had a very interesting life. So asking her all those questions and filling out that book was actually really, really cool. So probably the best homework I ever had. And I remember when I got the book, I was like, I'm supposed to fill all that? I was complaining in the beginning when I was little, but now I'm glad I did it. Because otherwise I probably never would have heard about all her funny stories that she told me. That was a cool story about your grandmother. Thank you, Christopher. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure we could talk to you for hours just listening to your stories from Germany or just in general. Hopefully one day we get the chance. Meg made me aware of the evils of petroleum-based lip balm. Good, I'm glad. Good to hear. Yeah, petroleum-based stuff is just, it works in a moment and it does help some people that have allergies with other ingredients, more like natural ingredients. But it just makes you more dependent on it and it's not really very good. I talked with my grandpa about the war endlessly for nearly 25 years and I still think of questions. Wish I'd ask him. Yeah, I understand that. I'm in the same boat. I get that. We can't turn back time, unfortunately. We always remember questions or things that were unsaid when someone has passed already, right? But that's just live. You always know better afterwards. But it sounds like you ask him many questions either way, and you had a lot of conversations with him. So, you know, there's always more that we can ask, but there's only so much time we have with someone. So don't feel bad. Frying up my onions real quick. I wish I had some bay leaves. I'll take you all with me real quick. I wish my phone would just stand still. Ugh, my spice rack is a mess. A minimalist nightmare. Cloves. Well, I need real cloves. I don't want the powder. Oh, my spice rack is full to the brim, but nothing useful. Do you know that feeling when you feel like you have way too many things of something, but nothing at the same time? How is that possible? Yeah, no, I don't have any cloves anymore. I have clove powder, so I'll use that, but then nothing. I don't have nutmeg, so, well, I would have it if I was here for Christmas, and if I would have cooked food, I would have bought some new stuff, but since I wasn't, it will still turn out nice, I hope. I'm still gonna use a little cinnamon stick. I know it's paradoxical, like so much of life, really. Yeah, life is a big old paradox sometimes. Little cinnamon. I'm not gonna use all of that. Also, I wish it would tell me which cinnamon it is. I don't know if it's a Ceylon Ceylon or what's the other one called? Does anyone know the other name of the other cinnamon? There's like two big versions or varieties of cinnamon that are most common that people use. I forgot what the other one's called. But one of them has a little bit of you gotta enjoy a little bit more carefully, because too much of it can be a little bit of a danger to your health or risk to your health, so don't use the cheap one. Make sure you get a good Ceylon cinnamon. Zimt is the German word for it. Also, if you all like cooking or watching cooking shows or just cooking, the new season of Culinary Wars, the Korean cooking show that's been a big hit in many countries, is out already, so I've been binge watching. Just to distract myself a little bit, you know, sometimes helps. I don't have anything. I don't have bay leaves anymore. I don't have cloves. Well, I don't have juniper berries, so usually for red cabbage, you will need bay leaves, you will need cloves, you will need cinnamon bark, you will need star anise if you want to. Not many people like it, but you can. I like using it. Oh, you scared the crap out of me. That was scary. Were you guys scared too? Why is the ground shaking, by the way? What else? Juniper berries?
What?
Have you ever used juniper berries?
Nope. I don't even know what a berry is.
Right.
Chat, put it down in the comments what a berry is. We don't know what it is.
Too early.
Too early. It's too early. My wrist hurts.
Your wrist hurts. That's nothing you want to say in the chat.
My wrist hurts.
Yeah.
It does.
Clove powder. From what? May I ask?
I don't know. Well, I was doing this. I think that's what did
I'm
it.
sure that's what I heard.
Seriously
Well, it's
though.
very strong.
Look at it.
Yeah, I'm sure you broke it. It must be broken. Do I need to call 911?
Chat.
Chad, call 911.
911.
I'm roasting the spices because it brings out the aroma a little bit better. Adding the cap, it smells really good in here, by the way. Shuriken says, "Hey, see, Happy New Year." That's very bright. Bro,
Yeah.
it's cool to binge watch a cooking show. Okay. I'm glad you think it's cool.
Did you say?
Baking shows too, Sam, does that count? Is it the same as cooking shows? Because I do both. And you know, I would do it either way, if it was cool or not. I'm not very known to trying to be cool or trying to be cool, I guess. Ceylon, the true cinnamon, and cassia. Cassia, yes, the more common type in North America, according to Mac and Professor Google. Thank you guys. Mostly to Mac and Professor Google. Yeah, cassia. So cassia is consume that with care, or like be careful with consuming it, because it has some, you can read into that. You're gonna make my avocados go rotten. I'm not that small. Those are actually really big avocados.
She's not small. She's a small little
It's like
lady.
the picture I posted with the door that looks huge. People ask if I'm just small. So like when I hold those avocados, I look like a hobbit. But I'm actually normal sized. Or normal sized. I mean, there's nothing like normal sized. But you know what I mean. Es redet mir schon wieder der Mund fusselig. That's not me singing, by the way. I would not sing that on stream.
Use the pot to cook some eggs.
The pot?
Use the pot.
Well, if you want mashed potatoes with it, then yes. If not, then no. Avocados in multiverse, right? They're just obnoxious how big they are. Look, compared to my pan. Or my hand. Ah, don't. Need a little bit more power up here.
More power.
What's Chad? What do you want from
stir
Chad?
it?
You can stir it, yes.
Yeah, stir
You're my sous chef.
All right, tell me what to do.
Well, just keep stirring it gently.
Yes, chef.
Half of it is already out of the
it's
pan.
not.
You gotta keep it inside the pan. That's the key.
Yes, chef.
I'm not Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, chef.
You ready for our science experiment? I'm gonna take out the cabbage now.
Oh, there's a little cinnamon in here.
No bay leaves or nothing because I don't have anything.
Hey.
Okay, science experiment. Do you see this color? I hope with my white shirt it comes off nicely. So, look at the color. We'll do an experiment now. We add a tiny little dash of vinegar. I hope it
smells
would.
good.
Smells good?
Yeah. Did you put butter in here? Yeah,
Spice.
you did. I see
It's because of the spices, not the butter. Okay.
No, well, I'm just saying.
Oh. Watch it.
OMG, queen. OMG.
It turned red. So blue cabbage starts blue, and then if you add a little bit of vinegar, it will turn red. Wow, he's roasting both you and the cabbage. That was funny. Thanks for cheering me up, y'all. I'm glad.
What's up?
I'm just watching you. Cooking.
I'm cooking.
Watching and judging. But yeah, he sure is, Sam. That's normal here in this house.
What is?
I'm getting roasted
Right.
all day long. Em and I need to rustled up some different army figures that I'd have to leave as soon as he got involved. I need to watch the rerun. Take care and I'll catch you next time. Catch you next time. Please say hi to Em and Happy New Year to you guys again. And to the kitties, of course. And thank you for being here, Shuriken.
The mashed
And I'll see you next time.
Shouldn't they be like boiling now?
Well, if you want to peel them and
I
cut
will
them up.
peel them. Here. Do you have them out?
Love that.
Do you have them?
I have them. No, I don't have them. They're in the fridge. You know where the fridge is?
Yeah, how many do you want peeled?
We're back. Yes, chef. Was the funniest thing to hear this year. Well, the year is only 3 days old. Or 4 days? 4 days. So there's room for improvement.
You think
Thanks
I
so
can
much,
count
Al.
that? Excuse me. I need the peeler dealer. I found it. I had no help whatsoever.
I doubt you would even know where the peanut wood is. But isn't that so cool how pink it turned out to be now from blue? The vinegar took the acidity out of the cabbage, turning it more neutral. Ooh. Oh.
Do you hear me?
Thanks for the explanation, Christopher. Huh?
I said now everybody gets to see.
He's on his knees. Is he proposing? Is he gonna propose, y'all?
Yep. He's doing it again.
I do.
You take the potato from me.
You can give me a potato peel as a ring. A German stream. Yay. Engaged again. What a beautiful ring.
Excuse me.
But yeah, the cabbage can just do its own thing. It's better to have it cooked for a little bit longer, so it doesn't matter if you do the potatoes afterwards. Usually, I would add apple juice to this or grape juice. I like my cabbage sweet or sweeter. I do have apple actually. Let me get the apple and then we'll just grate some apple inside of this. Where is my apple? Why is the fridge so full? Overflowing. There's nothing in it, it's too hot. That's my closet. Apple? The help is already tired. Sure is. My great sous chef. 1 potato. Little apple. I like making apple-kraut. This needs a little sweetness. Also, never eat apple seeds, my friends. Let me see. Is it green?
Yeah.
If it's green, it's definitely not. I mean, if it's not super green, it's fine, but better not risk it. Don't use green potatoes, my friends. Don't eat apple. Basically, they're already like, they're ready to sprout, and they turn more toxic when they're about to sprout. So it's not a good. Not good. Take off this top layer, this is annoying.
What's easier to grow, sweet potato or sweet?
I don't know, but sweet potato and potato are actually not that much related as people think.
Chat, what's easier to grow, sweet potato or potato?
So sweet potato and potatoes are actually come from a different family of plants. It's not the same. So I think sweet potatoes are actually pretty easy to grow. So I heard. Ooh, that smells really good. That smells like home, if that makes sense. You know, like a food that you grew up on, that your parents used to cook on special days, or honestly, red cabbage was probably like a staple in our house. I would eat that at least once a week. So it just smells like home. It smells like my dad is cooking in the kitchen right now. So very comforting right now. but also sad at the same time. So it's a mix of feelings right now going through my head. But yeah, that's just how it is. But it's important to face
There you
it because I was scared to be reminded too much of my dad because I was scared to get sad. I was scared to look at pictures or to think about him or cook his food that I grew up with because I was just worried I would get too sad. But honestly, it helps to just face it and just see it as something positive and soothing rather than something I need to be scared of. I'm impressed. Cutting skills. Thank you, Sam. That's not even like actual cutting skills. Like I'm still so tired that I'm just scared to cut my stuff fast, but I appreciate it. Grüße, Black Gepard. Ich bin gerade aus Deutschland zurückgekommen vor einem Tag. Ich bin jetzt wieder in Amerika.
Hey, are we using tap water for this?
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For just the potatoes, yeah. Wir machen heute Kartoffelbrei oder Kartoffelpüree mit Rotkraut. I'll show you, Gepard. Mein Apfelrotkraut kocht schon. Lecker. Ganz frisch geschnitten. Nicht aus dem Glas, obwohl aus dem Glas manchmal auch lecker ist, will ich gar nicht verurteilen. Ami, you're good with that knife. I would be in the emergency room if I did that.
Put apples in this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, what am I doing? You're distracting me because you're giving me compliments. Stop that. No more compliments to me. That's when I'm gonna cut myself accidentally because I'm getting flattered. So I actually am very bad at multitasking. So when I'm by myself, no one will believe me now because you won't see it. But when I'm by myself, I cut much faster than I do on stream because it's really hard for me to think and talk and cut. Actually. Damit habe ich nicht gerechnet. Selbstgemacht ist immer besser, das stimmt. Außer Sauerkraut vielleicht. Obwohl Sauerkraut bestimmt auch super lecker, wenn man es selber macht. Hast du schon mal selber Sauerkraut gemacht, Gepard? Und was ist dein liebstes deutsches Essen? Lass hören. Christopher. So there we go. I'm in my German brain right now. What was your favorite German food? If you already told me, I apologize for not remembering. Probably if you tell me, I will remember that you told me that already. But my memory is not always the best. Chopping up some potatoes for the mashed taters. Also, we need to make sauerkraut in one stream one day, or like a video. Just homemade, where we pickle it ourselves. That would be really cool. And Sam, what's your favorite Russian meal, dish, sorry. Potato. Cabbage. Sam loves cabbage too. But Sam and I are forced to say that since we're German and Russian, so we don't have a choice. They're always listening, right? Hey, miss you. Good to see you. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I'll give Oscar a kiss. He's sending some back too, even though he's sleeping right now. It's so good to see you. It's very soothing to be here in the stream with so many kind people. It definitely helps to brighten my day. So thank you all for being so kind and amazing. And drive safe, miss you, if you're on the road again. I know you're driving around a lot. You're already multitasking even when you are not streaming, breathing and cooking. That's true. Good point. You know me too well, Sam. For everyone who hasn't seen the science experiment earlier, we turned just red cabbage juice from blue, like this, into pink with some vinegar. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Good. Definitely the cordon bleu and baked bass. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Cordon bleu. My dad used to make that a lot. He'd always make it fresh. Let me spice up the red cabbage real quick. Tatsächlich ja, aber ich arbeite auch in der Gastronomie, Koch. Ach krass, mein Papa war auch Koch. Ich glaube, mein Lieblingsdeutsches Gericht wäre es wahrscheinlich irgendein Sonntagsbraten mit selbstgemachten Semmelknödeln und Rotkohl. Lecker, kann ich gut verstehen. Es geht mir ähnlich. Meins ist tatsächlich Hühnerfrikassee und Königsberger Klopse. Aber Rotkohl, Sauerkraut und Semmelknödel, mein Papa auch immer gemacht. Sehr nostalgisch für mich. Oder Kartoffelknödel, aber eher Semmelknödel bei uns in der Familie. Bratensoße, Ente und so früher immer. Und das noch Maronen dazu. Lecker. Aber cool, dass du Koch bist. Sieht man irgendwie selten heutzutage. Habe ich das Gefühl zumindest. Dass nicht mehr so viele Koch lernen. Wo es so ein cooler Job ist. Aber auch natürlich ultra stressig und belastend. Also Hut ab an dich, dass du das durchziehst. I know I spelled it incorrectly. No, you spelled it correctly. I know bleu. Yeah, you just turn it around, but who cares? We all know what you mean. So that's all that matters. Pelmeni Borscht. Is pelmeni the little dumplings, Sam? And borscht, I know. These are Russian uniques. I like borscht. And pelmeni, I think it's the potato pancakes, right? Or is it puloni or whatever that's called? There are others, but can be found easily in other places too. I got you, yeah. I'm watching you while in the toilet. Nice, well, enjoy. Good pressing to you, Pink. Es sind auch echt nicht mehr viele. Wir waren im dritten Lehrjahr nur noch 10 Leute in der Klasse. 7 haben bestanden, wow. Ja, Glückwunsch an dich fürs Bestehen und Durchziehen. Gepard. Oh Mann, jetzt habe ich hier einen Koch, der mich zuguckt. Gar kein Druck. Bloß nicht judgen. Das riecht lecker. So, Salz. Toll, ich habe keinen Pfeffer. Gepard, kannst du es dir vorstellen? Ich habe keine Nelken gehabt, nur Nelkenpulver. Keine Wacholderbeeren. Keine Lorbeerblätter, kein gar nichts. Ich habe nur Zimt und Nelkenpulver jetzt benutzt. Kein Muskatnuss und kein nix. Aber ja, wird trotzdem hoffentlich lecker sein. Ich stelle ich mal hier hin. Oder nee, da war eigentlich gut, oder? Dann könnt ihr den Topf sehen. I'll put you guys over here again. So, ein bisschen Zucker muss auch. A little sugar. Ja, ouch. Da sagst du was. Und guck dir mal den Scheiß hier an. Wir kauften so einen Pfeffer. Das schmeckt richtig beschissen. Ich habe keine Pfeffermühle mehr. Jetzt wollte ich dir Spaß Maggi zeigen, aber ich habe gar keinen. Bei uns zu Hause, wie gesagt, mein Papa kocht, war immer Maggi-Verbot. You want to know do you like pelmeni? Is that the one I was thinking about? Is it the little dumplings? Yes, you said it. Okay. Yes, I do like them. I had a friend I lived with when I was studying Chinese, and she studied Russian, and she went to Russia for a little bit. And when she came home, she showed me, or she cooked them for me. And that was really, really tasty. So I only had them once, but it was good. Gepard, kann ich auch Honig? Meinst du, Honig schmeckt komisch? Oder soll ich lieber Zucker? Lieber Zucker, oder? Lieber auf Nummer sicher gehen. You want to know my all-time favorites, like I can eat it anytime, anywhere? Yes. Of course. The cordon bleu was a cheese stuffed pork chop, if I remember correctly. Yes. So we have Black Gepard here in chat. He's actually a chef of German food, like my dad was. So we got an expert in the house now. So all cooking related questions we can back up now here with him. Like I would say I do know quite a bit, learning from my father, but obviously it's different if you like have like the professional training yourself, of course. So cordon bleu is just a pork chop or a pork I don't know what cut of pork it is, but it is stuffed with ham and with cheese. So it has cheese on the outside, like the ham, then the cheese around it, and then it's stuffed in the pork, and then it gets fried in the breadcrumbs like a schnitzel. Lieber Zucker, okay, habe ich gemacht. Die Portion Lächeln reicht zum Sitzen. Süß. Thomas, du bist ein Süßi. Grilled cheese sandwich. Lecker. I love grilled cheese sandwich. I don't eat it often, but in America you get them everywhere and they're actually really good. So I can't blame you, Sam. So that's like your all-time favorite food that you can always eat and you will never get tired of. Don't call me expert, please. I just finished my training last summer. I got you. But you're still an expert to me, but I won't call you that if you don't want to. Are you watching the Korean Netflix show right now, Gepard? Or anyone? It's called Culinary Wars or Culinary Class Wars. So it's like actual chefs, like 3 Michelin star chefs or 2 Michelin star chefs competing against normal people, like trained chefs or just like hobby chefs. And it is really, really cool. And they get like secret ingredients and you know, you can't prepare for it. And so yeah, very, very neat show. And I can't wait to do more cooking videos here this year. Very excited for it. It's always my, I wouldn't say my favorites to make. They usually take a lot of editing, but I enjoy it a lot for sure. So I can't wait to make more of that stuff or content. Yeah, to my red cabbage, usually if I have a lot of time and I'm gonna eat it the next day, or I cook it all day long. So in my family, we would usually put the red cabbage on the night before we would eat it on Christmas or on any day when we had it. So it would get more fragrant. Some things are just better the next day, right? And for that, we would usually add grape juice to it, like red grape juice. It just adds a very deep aroma and like a little, or apple juice or anything, like a juice that you like. Not the cheap stuff, of course, not the sugar, like the water sugar mix, but the real juice. To give it more sweetness, but with the apple it should be fine. And I kind of do like it a little bit drier sometimes. Yeah, sandwiches are my all-time favorite. Like I have some internal connection with it. That's funny. Oh man, I miss talking to y'all. But I definitely understand that, Sam. It's the exact same for me. When you're in Germany, all you see and eat is like sandwiches and butter pretzels. Thomas und alle, die gerade deutsch sind hier, oder alle Deutschen, die gerade hier sind, so. Ich habe gerade gesagt, dass wir in Deutschland sehr viele belegte Brote essen und dass es die überall gibt, an jeder Ecke. Butterbrezel, belegte Brötchen und so weiter. Und das ist auch immer mein All-Time-Favorite. Das esse ich so oft ich kann, wenn ich zu Hause bin. Früher habe ich das irgendwie gar nicht so oft gegessen, als ich noch dort gelebt habe. Aber mittlerweile, wenn ich zurückkomme, esse ich fast nur noch solche Sachen. Was nicht immer so ganz gut ist, aber lecker. Nee, schaue ich nicht, aber habe ich viel schon von gesehen. Vielleicht schaue ich mal rein. Ja, ist echt gut. Ich kann es wirklich empfehlen. Es dauert ein paar Episoden, bis man reinkommt, aber es ist echt gut. This was always my go-to anytime I ate out in Germany, Amy. It was a different recipe in what region of Germany you was in. I get that, kind of like America, different style, and I was used to Franken style. Ah ja, you were in Franken. Frankenland. Da, wo man Krapfen sagt instead of Berliner. So talking about bakeries and pastries and sandwiches. So there's this one German pastry that I really like. It's called Berliner, like a Berliner. It's like a little, I heard people call it donut. It's not a donut, but it has like a donut dough. So it's similar to a donut, I guess, if you really want to compare it to it. It's like a stuffed or filled donut. People that try to boil potatoes and put the stove on half the heat or medium heat, what's that gonna do? Yeah. But yeah, it's like a jelly filled with strawberry jam, or not jelly, but like jam filled strawberry jam. So it's the same thing what you just said, Thomas. So wherever you are, there will be different jams that are used. So where I come from, they usually use raspberry jam or blackberry. And in Franken, where you lived and where I went to university, they would use Hagebuttenmarmelade, or as they said, Hagebuttenmarmelade. And I think it's rosehip jam. So it's the orange version. So I'm not a huge fan of the rosehip one. I kind of like the strawberry or raspberry jam the best in Berliner. Wie geht's euch mit Berliner? Was sagt ihr Krapfen, sagt ihr Berliner? Was sagt ihr? Und welche Füllung mögt ihr am liebsten? An alle Deutschen hier. Ich frage immer solche komischen Fragen, aber ich liebe es, über Essen zu reden. Und was Leute mögen. Going to Bavaria was a little different, but basically the same. Wenn ich mal ganz frech fragen darf, was genau hat dich nach Amerika geschlagen? Also warum zieht man dorthin? Die Frage kriege ich tatsächlich relativ oft, Gepard. Aber ja, es war tatsächlich wie in den schlechten Rom-Coms oder in den guten, je nachdem, wie man es sehen möchte, die Liebe. Ja, die treibt einen sogar nach Amerika. Manchmal, I guess. Ja, so hat es mich hierher verschlagen. Mit einer rosa-roten Brille damals. Going to, I read that already. Also, all my Germans here. Brötchen sind sehr lecker, I agree, Thomas. So, habe ich mitgebracht von der Heimat. Lind, Weihnachtszauber, Wichtelzauber, Schokoschirmchen. So, if anyone's rewatching, I remember in a live stream we talked about Schokoschirmchen, chocolate umbrellas. And I cannot think about who told me about it or who I talked to about it. They're made in Austria, actually. So it makes sense. I think it was, it had to be someone from Austria. I think it was one or two people from Austria. I think it was Resi, Martin, if you're rewatching, and Patrick, I think I talked to you guys about Schokoschirmchen. So I got some just for the giggles, and because I haven't had them in a while. I also got some Kinder Chocolate. Oh, runtergefallen. Kinder Chocolate Nikolaus bag with like other stuff in it, Kinder Country and stuff. Just because I missed that stuff. And I didn't get anything for Nikolaus this year, which was a first. So I got some. And I got my, can you see it even? So, wait with the reflection here. Lind Cresta. Those are the yummiest Lindor. If you're a fan of those Lind chocolates, the orange ones, Cresta, my favorite. But I'm thinking, since it was Christmas, I said maybe I won't eat them myself, and I just sent them to 1 or 2 of you. So maybe I'll do a little like a game or something where you guys can win them if you want them, and I'll send them to you. They have been in my backpack, so they might be a little squished, but I'll think about something. Because I feel like it would make me more happy to send them to someone here in America that has never had them before. Probably won't send them back to Germany if anyone from Germany wants to participate, since you can just get them there yourself much easier. But I'll probably send them to some American friends here so they can try it. Brötchen sind lecker, I read that already. Senf an Silvester. Wie Senf an Silvester? Du hast Senf an Silvester gegessen? Ist das eine Tradition, wo du herkommst, Gepard? Hoffe, du verlierst den Dialekt nicht. Nee, glaube ich nicht. Ich glaube, das verliert man so schnell nicht, oder? Was meint ihr? Berliner bei mir. Und Franken-Dialekt habe ich gerade nur gespielt. Das ist natürlich nicht mein echter Akzent. Ich komme nicht aus Franken. Ich habe da nur studiert. Aber es war immer sehr süß, den Akzent zu hören. Irgendwie nostalgisch, wenn ich Fränkisch höre. Krapfen mit Marmelade, Erdbeer. Krapfen. So, wir haben Krapfen und Berliner hier. Sehr gut. Gespalten. Hey Fanny, I'm back in Tennessee, yes. It feels weird being back. I actually really miss home and I wish I could have stayed longer. But I will be back not too long from now. So I will be going back to Germany in a little bit. I was in Bremen and it was different. Yeah, possibly the different cheese. Yes, they do use different cheese for Cordon Bleu. I think, Gepard, was ist denn der Standardkäse für Cordon Bleu? Emmentaler? Es schmeckt irgendwie wie Emmentaler. Emmentaler ist mein least favorite cheese, aber es schmeckt, also wenn ich dran denke, könnte es Emmentaler sein, oder? Oskar freut sich über Kinderschoki. Wahrscheinlich. Der freut sich über alles, was essbar ist. Nur leider dürfen Hunde keine Schokolade haben, deswegen kann ich nicht mit ihm teilen. I have stopped using social sites this year, although I used it on... Oh yeah, Sam, back to your question. What is your New Year's resolutions? Let's hear. So social media, I assume? Although I used it on 1st January because I had to see the stories I put at New Year Eve, but uninstalled Facebook Insta after that. Okay, well, I'm glad. You got rid of it again. Good old stories. I used to make so many Insta stories and stuff, but I'm not I'm like you, Sam, I don't really care for social media. Salz. Zucker. Obwohl, nee, Saft wäre gut, wenn ich Saft hätte. Aber ich habe keinen Saft. Büschel Essig. Bisschen Acidity. Das fehlt der Kick. Oh, Balsamico-Essig ist besser. Why not? So. But yeah, proud of you, Sam, for deleting social media. That is really hard to do for most people. That's my New Year's resolution, although I'm already missing Instagram. Hey, you'll be okay. It's only the first few days or first 2 weeks, I think, where it's really hard. And you just, because it's such a, you know, you're so used to using it as a person that uses social media a lot. Like, I used to be like that. And the first 2 weeks were the hardest for me. But honestly, after that, I feel like you kind of just forget about it and you're just very happy about, you know, gewonnene Zeit ohne Social Media. Deleting social media was probably one of my best ideas. So yeah, cheering you on from here, Sam. You got this. Jayo. Bisschen Butter. Dann schmeckt die Sache doch schon besser. Nee. Lecker, aber ohne die Gewürze nicht das gleiche. Schöne Scheiße. Naja, schmecken wird es trotzdem. Gegessen wird so oder so. Travels was stationed in Germany. Weekend trip to see the country. Very nice. Bremen, my dad lived in Bremen for a while too. It's a nice city. Did you like it, Christopher, in Bremen? Did you like the north of Germany or did you prefer Bavaria? Du hättest über Berliner Füllung gesprochen, an Silvester essen wir, ach so, mit Senf gefüllt, ihr spinnt. Ach so, dann der Glückliche oder die Glückliche hat dann, kriegt man dann extra Glück? Ah ja, für gutes Glück, okay, naja. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich das Glück wollen würde, wenn ich dafür Berliner mit Senf essen müsste. Obwohl, Augen zu und durch. Manchmal muss man in den Berliner mit Senf beißen. I guess. So eine Tradition haben wir tatsächlich, obwohl, doch, es gibt sowas Ähnliches mit Hefegebäck. An 3 Könige macht man das bei uns unten an der Schweizer Grenze. Da backt man Hefegebäck und dann mit einer Bohne. Man kann auch Rosine verwenden. Die Person, die das dann erwischt, hat dann auch extra Glück scheinbar. Okay, that makes sense. I just wonder why anyone would go to Bremen if they visit Germany. Hey. Bremen ist bestimmt auch eine ganz schöne Stadt. Ich habe bisher fast nur Gutes gehört. Vielleicht nicht nur, aber wahrscheinlich Emmentaler als Füllung. Ja, aber eigentlich kann man ja fast alles nehmen. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Das ist so wie ich habe mal 6 Jahre ungefähr, 6, 7 Jahre als Lebensmittelfotografin und Rezeptentwicklerin gearbeitet für Websites und Kochbücher und so weiter. Und ist mir gerade drauf gekommen? Ah ja, genau. Habe dann auch Social Media gearbeitet, also so YouTube-Content-Stuff, Rezepte gemacht und musste dann auch mal Fragen beantworten, die ich dann bekommen habe. Und dann haben mich tatsächlich auch Leute gefragt, ob sie dann den Gouda-Käse auch mit Butterkäse austauschen können oder ob man statt Feta-Käse auch keinen Feta-Käse nehmen kann oder statt Zucchini, ob man da auch Paprika nehmen kann. Bei solchen Fragen denke ich mir dann auch immer, wie wenig Ahnung vom Kochen kann man haben. Aber natürlich gibt es das und ist ja auch okay, weiß ja nicht jeder, wie sich Lebensmittel verhalten, aber sowas war dann, weil ich damit so aufgewachsen bin, irgendwie so fern von der Realität für mich, dass Leute sowas echt fragen. Oder, ja, keine Ahnung. Absurd irgendwie. Aber ja. Emmentaler auf jeden Fall Schweizer Käse. Ach so, Salz, ja. Das hier ist so ein blödes Salz, so ein Scheißsalz, das ich nicht mag. Das ist so Stein, sorry für meine Ausdrucksweise übrigens, so ein Steinsalz, Himalaya-Salz. Und das ist so ganz fein gemahlen. Deswegen, wenn ich so drüber hau, sieht es ganz viel aus, aber es ist tatsächlich nur so ein Puder, was kaum salzig macht. Deswegen, aber danke, dass du auf meinen Blutdruck achtest, Thomas. Sollte ich auf jeden Fall auch. Es wird übrigens warm hier drin. Ich weiß gar nicht, warum ich überhaupt einen Schal zum Kochen anhabe. Aber ja. So. Keinen Schal zum Kochen. Kann ich nicht empfehlen. Ich habe die ganze Zeit gedacht, mir ist so warm. Es ist mir gerade aufgefallen, dass ich einen Schal anhabe. Aber es ist feeling like warm the entire time and I just realized I'm wearing a scarf for no reason. Like I never wore a scarf for cooking before, but well, there's a first for everything. This time I'm not falling for those dopamines. I'm not installing again. Yes, Sam, that's how you gotta do it. Stay strong. Don't fall for the tricks of the social media companies just trying to manipulate you into thinking that you need it. And I mean, they know what they're doing. So, it is a bad business. I'm glad you're recognizing that. More sugar. I like my red cabbage sweet. A little butter. Smooth like butter. Anyone BTS fan here? Probably not. Black Leopard, we traveled everywhere. We had a lot of time off in visited West Germany in the late 80s. That's so cool, Christopher. That must have been such a interesting time to see, or an amazing time to see Germany during that time. I mean, also a bad time for some people, but you know, a very troublesome time. But late 80s, so there was a time 89 when the wall came down, right? So crazy that some people were there to see that. I had stepped away. Hope you're doing well. Back to Oscar. How's your sister? No worries, Funny. Don't worry about it. I hope you're doing well too. I'm doing okay. My sister's doing okay. We're just hanging in there. That's all we can do. So, you know, yeah, definitely not easy, but when's life ever easy? If life is too easy, there's probably something wrong. If that makes sense, you know. I don't think life is supposed to be very easy. Well, thanks for asking, Funny. How are you doing in M? Everything okay? How was your New Year's? Preference was Bavaria. Loved the hills and atmosphere. It's very traditional there. I agree. So I definitely get where you're coming from. It's a different vibe than Northern Germany. I do like both. But I do like the Southern Germany or Mid Germany kind of sit down atmosphere, the beer gardens, and just enjoying the outside. Not saying they don't do that in Northern Germany, but just because of the weather, it is a different vibe and atmosphere. So I definitely know what you're talking about, Christopher. Didn't mean it in a bad way. I live near Bremen. Du wohnst in der Nähe von Bremen. An hour away, like the middle of the Hamburg, Bremen, Hannover triangle. Wie witzig, da hat meine Oma und mein Papa haben da beide gewohnt in der Gegend, genauso eine Stunde von Bremen entfernt, zwischen Hamburg und Bremen. Da hat meine Familie ganz lange gelebt. Sie sind ursprünglich aus dem Norden. Meine Familien sind dann eben in den Süden gezogen. Glad you had a good time in Germany. Yeah, Christopher definitely had an amazing time in Germany. At least he said so. And I'm just very happy to hear that you have Germany and keep it in such good memories, or you have such good memories with it, and it's nostalgic for you, and you can think back of it and just, yeah, be nostalgic about it. It's amazing. Black, ja gut, und später eine Woche. Ah, ich habe es gar nicht gelesen. Ich mache mich jetzt ins Bett, ist schon 11:45, muss um 6 aus dem Bett wieder raus. Gute Nacht, have a good time, everyone. Danke, Gepard. Gute Nacht nach Deutschland, schlaf schön und bis zum nächsten Mal. Danke fürs Chatten, fürs Vorbeischauen. The courage to wear white and cook that too at times near the pan. Hey, I did well. Can you see a spot? Makellos bis jetzt. So far I got lucky. I'm actually very messy with cooking, and so yeah, it's just a lucky coincidence that my shirt is still white. Eat some cabbage. Schön zutscheln. Mit Zutscheln schmeckt alles besser. But that's funny. Funny that you noticed that. I didn't think about wearing white. I was also wearing a scarf cooking for some reason. I don't even know why. But here's my cabbage. Looking pretty good. Tastes really good actually. The vinegar definitely added that zing to it that it needed. Since I don't have any spices. Funny, it almost we had a little Indian moment in here when I was making the cabbage. So I said in the beginning of the stream that German cuisine, when people think about it, is they're not very, you know, you don't think about a lot of spices when they hear about it. But we do use a lot of spices actually. So we use star anise, we use mustard seeds, we use fennel seeds, we use caraway seeds, we use cloves, cinnamon bark, juniper berries, quite a lot actually. So I roasted all those spices in a pan with the onions. So like I said, I had a little Indian cuisine moment in here, and then I added the cabbage and I ruined it. I turned it into a German dish. I made some Chinese deep egg fries. Egg fries? Ooh, that sounds good. Did you film that or did you post it anywhere so I can see it? Well, wall came down in 91, was so happy to see the nation reunited again. Oopsie, 91, oh I said 89, oops, my bad. Thank you for being better at German history than I am, Christopher. But that must have been amazing to see that moment. Very indescribable. Hey Will, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you. Was a weird thing to see at West and East Berlin. I'm sure it was. Yeah, that must have been crazy. Just seeing both sides and people reunited, and yeah, that must have been a very explosion of emotions there. Can't even imagine, honestly. My New Year was uneventful, just staying home. That's good. Be glad, honestly. What would I give for having not saying like, oh, you know, I'm actually glad for you. Just, I feel like the older I get, and like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm 80 or something, but the uneventful days are sometimes just the best. So I hope you enjoyed your calm weekend or holidays at home, Fanny. Did you watch some cool movies or a new show or something? I'm currently binge watching the Culinary Class War on Netflix. It's a Korean cooking show that's been hyped in so many countries. Wow, that's a lot of spices. I pronounced you now as half Indian. Yes. Thank you. Halb Inderin bin ich jetzt, da ich mit Gewürzen kochen kann. Von Fanny ernannt. I didn't film the egg fries. Basically take 7-8 eggs, make small cuts and fry them. In a pan, once deshelled, garlic, onion, red chili, green chili, fry them in a pan. A little bit of, oh, that sounds cool. I never heard about that. Nice, thanks for sharing. Hey Resi, Resi, gut, dass du hier bist. So, schau mal, ich habe was gekauft für dich. Beziehungsweise für mich. In deinem, nicht in deinem Namen. In dein Gedenken? Nee, das ist auch falsch. Du weißt, was ich meine. Ich habe es gekauft, weil ich wusste, dass wir darüber mal gesprochen haben im Chat. Ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass du das warst, weil die sind auch in Österreich hergestellt worden. Weißt du noch, als wir über dieses Schokoschirmchen gesprochen haben, die es auch in Karottenform gibt oder an Weihnachten? Hier sind sie, Schokoschirmchen in den USA. Wahrscheinlich das erste Mal, dass Schokoschirmchen die USA gesehen haben. Ich werde sie an den Weihnachtsbaum hängen. Ich wollte es euch nur zeigen mit der Verpackung. Ich habe auch die Lindt-Cresta gekauft. Die leckeren. Und Kinderschokolade, bunte Mischung. Martin, warst du das mit dem Schokoschirmchen oder war das Patrick? Ich weiß, es war ein Österreicher. Ich will euch natürlich nicht alle über einen Kamm scheren, aber das war das Einzige, was ich mich erinnern konnte, dass es ein Österreicher war und männlich. Es muss also einer von euch gewesen sein. Vielleicht war es Patrick. Dann hoffe ich, dass er es irgendwann sieht. Vielleicht mache ich einen Post. Frohes neues Jahr an dich, Martin, übrigens, und an alle, die gerade neu zugeschaltet haben. Das klingt wie so eine möchte gerne Fernsehreporterin von Wetten, dass oder sowas. Oddly specific, sehr spezifisch geworden jetzt. Fernsehreporterin ohne Wetten, dass. Wetten, dass gibt es ja eh nicht mehr. Kennt ihr noch Wetten, dass? Habt ihr noch Wetten, dass geschaut? Ich habe noch ein bisschen Wetten, dass mitbekommen in meinem Leben. Zum Glück. Gute Show, oder? Verstehen Sie Spaß auch. Schaut ihr Verstehen Sie Spaß? Ich schaue Verstehen Sie Spaß immer auf YouTube nach. Weil ich sie nicht im Fernsehen schauen kann. Soy Sauce. Soy Sauce, Gochujang, Paprika, fried them. Beer. They were looking like egg Manchurian. That sounds amazing. Funny. Wow, can you make that for me one day, please? Thank you. Guten Morgen. An Resi. Ich denke, ich habe dir mal Lindt empfohlen, weil wir über Schokolade gesprochen haben. Lindt kenne ich, das brauchst du mir nicht empfehlen. Ich bin mit Lindt aufgewachsen an der Schweizer Grenze. Lindt und Sprüngli. Aber ja, genau, wir haben ja darüber gesprochen. Ich glaube, das war jemand anders mit den Schokoschirmchen. Ich überlege gerade. Wie kann es denn gewesen sein? Das kann entweder Patrick gewesen sein. Ich glaube, es waren 2 Österreicher im Chat in dem Moment. Dann war es Patrick und vielleicht noch jemand anders. Das sind noch aus Österreich bei uns. Ich dachte, ihr wärt die 2 einzigen. Und dann war es jemand anders. Naja. Versuch es wert. Ja, Wetten, dass. Of course, yay. I'm glad. Well, I guess I have to make my way to Ohio eventually then. Those eggs sounds like it's worth taking on a trip to Ohio. Even though Ohio seems to be a trip itself. Just a little bit. Ich weiß, mein Blutdruck. Ich müsste eigentlich aufpassen. Ich habe Tendenz zu hohem Blutdruck ein bisschen. Wetten, dass und Verstehen Sie Spaß, eine tolle Sendung. Stimme ich zu. Kann man auf YouTube gut nachschauen. Verstehen Sie Spaß? Wetten, das weiß ich nicht. Hat es nicht damals aufgehört mit dem Dings, mit dem Samuel Koch? der den Unfall hatte, der über das Auto springen wollte. So in Germany, I'm gonna say it in English since people rewatch it. There's a show, it's called I Dare You Not, or how would you translate that? So basically, people come in with a bet and they say, like, they think they can do something, and then they have to prove that they can do it. So let's say they will cut an avocado and say that by how the avocado is cut, they can tell you which knife has been used or something like that. You know, like they have like an oddly specific bet that they will perform. Or they can chop like 100 red cabbages in 10 seconds or something weird like that. And that was like a very popular show in Germany for a very long time. And it was like a Saturday evening show. It was like once every 6 months or so. So I loved that as a kid. It was so cool to watch. And they had like celebrities from like all over the world, like really big names. Like Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, you know, people like that coming onto the show. And there was one guy, his bet was, he tried to jump over cars, like cars that were like driving and or moving. And he was wearing those kind of like boots where you can jump like a kangaroo, like bouncy ones. So it makes you jump really high. And he was jumping over cars, and they got bigger each time. So I think after the second or third car, he jumped, but he fell. So he fell on his chest, and I think he just broke his neck doing that, basically, or his back. And I remember that last show. But it happened, it was just like it was terrible and sad. And that was the end of the show because it was just too dangerous apparently. Red cabbage, yes, you recognized it. Rotkraut, apple cabbage with mashed potatoes. Now potatoes are cooking over here. They're about to be done, or I guess they are done. So I'm just gonna mash them and eat my red cabbage. But yeah, this is my red cabbage, y'all. Thank you for cooking in the kitchen with me today, and thank you for tuning in after me not being here for so long. I mean, you all, or most of you probably know the reason, and I just needed time for, organizing everything and time for myself, and I will probably still stream a little bit less than I used to, just, until I'm like recovered a little bit better, or yeah, but it will take a while, and but I'll see. I think streaming is actually really helpful, just getting in a different mindset, getting out of the grieving and sadness once in a while. So it's actually really nice to be here talking to y'all right now. So I might do it more often, but we'll see. I know you all are patient with me, so I appreciate that. Jetzt sind die Österreicher im Stream. Ich mache mir hier so eine Strichliste in die Küche, dann mache ich so eine Zählung hier. Ich denke, habe ich schon gelesen. Handschuh. Handschuh. Americans really think it's a funny word that for gloves we say handschuh, but it makes sense. It's a shoe for your hand, Ja, Österreicher werden gezählt, ja. Gibt es eine Erzählung hier. 10 Jahre später waren noch 3 Ausgaben, aber mit wenig Erfolg. Ach, echt noch? Okay, jetzt weiß ich schon gar nicht mehr. Ja, hätte ich gar nicht gedacht, dass sie das noch weitergeführt hätten danach. Fernsehen war auch mal besser, diese ganzen HC-Sendungen, aber es früher nicht in diesem Ausmaß wie heute. Ja, Fernsehen kann man sich echt kaum noch geben. Das Einzige, was ich im Fernsehen schaue, wenn ich heimgehe nach Deutschland, sind Quiz-Shows. Ich mag es tatsächlich gern, das habe ich immer mit meinem Papa geschaut, das ist für mich dann eben nostalgisch. Quiz-Shows, was noch? Diese Zoo-Dokumentation schaue ich manchmal, obwohl ich kein Befürworter von Zoos bin. Aber irgendwie hat es ein bisschen beruhigenden Effekt. Oder so Märchenfilme, manchmal finde ich immer ganz süß. Joko und Klaas und sowas, ist manchmal auch so ein bisschen aufgesetzt und so nervig. Aber manchmal auch das. Aber ja, ich schaue eher selten Fernsehen, wenn ich zu Hause bin. Habe ja dann andere Sachen zu tun meistens, wenn ich nur so wenig Zeit habe. Ohio is a nice state. You would love it, Ami, especially around the Amish country. You would think you were in Bavaria for a minute. Oh, that's cool. Good visit, an old world feeling, a modern society. That sounds actually really nice. I think I have to visit Ohio. Yep. I don't know when, but I will eventually make my way up there. Maybe I can combine it with making a video or something and go see some places up there. Definitely get your opinion before that and ask y'all for advice where to go and what to do. Ich komme dann vorbei zum Essen. Mach das, Thomas. Schwing dich in den Flieger. Ich lasse dir eine Portion übrig. Vielleicht ist es noch warm, bis du hier bist. Obwohl ja doch, hinfliegen ist meistens ein bisschen schneller und einfacher als die andere Richtung, habe ich das Gefühl. Und mashed potatoes I'll do in a little bit, so, but I don't have to show you that. You all know how to make mashed potatoes. But yeah, just a little update from me, and wishing you all a Happy New Year again, and thank you all for your kind words and sticking around even though I haven't been on in such a long time. I know the internet is a fast-moving place. When people are not online or streaming or making videos, many people move on to other channels. So I really appreciate y'all for coming back. Danke an alle, die zurückgekommen sind, obwohl ich so wenig gepostet habe, weil ihr wisst ja, was passiert ist. Weiß ich zu schätzen, dass ihr trotzdem zurückgekommen seid, weil oft gehen Leute woanders hin, wenn nichts kommt von dem Kanal. Deswegen doppelt Danke an euch. Und Martin, danke. Oder Resi. Ich switch immer mit deinem Namen. Ich hoffe, das ist okay. Und ja, danke an alle. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate all of you. And yeah, I'm gonna finish my mashed potatoes real quick because my phone is about to die. I would leave it on, but I have to charge my phone in the bedroom. And my charger is too short for the kitchen. And I'll be on again probably sometime next week. You will see if you activate the bell notifications on my channel. You will see when I come live. At least it should work. It doesn't always work. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. And I wish you all an amazing rest of your Sunday or a good Monday in Germany. It's already late. Guten Start in die neue Woche nach Deutschland. Bei euch ist es schon Montag jetzt, schon spät. Geht alle schön ins Bett oder bleibt nicht zu lange wach. Schlaf ist wichtig und ja, gute Woche morgen. Have a good week everyone tomorrow. Have a good rest of your Sunday here in America or wherever you are. And Dankeschön, Thomas. Das weiß ich zu schätzen. Ich mag euch alle auch. Ciao, Will. Thank you for being here. Thanks for coming back, everyone. And talk to you all very soon. Gute Nacht. Schlaft schön, schöne Träume. And good rest of your night, everyone. Bye, bye. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen. You as well, Christopher. Be safe, y'all. See you next time.